Every coaching practice that makes it to year 5 has been through at least one stretch where the pipeline goes quiet and the calendar empties out. The ones that don't make it to year 5 often don't fail because of the dry spell. They fail because of what they did during it. This video is the protocol. Have your expense tracking open before we're done. Every coaching practice that makes it to year 5 has been through at least one stretch where the pipeline goes quiet and the calendar empties out. The ones that don't make it to year 5 often don't fail because of the dry spell. They fail because of what they did during it. This video is the protocol. Have your expense tracking open before we're done. Before any response to a dry spell, the operator runs one calculation: monthly essential operating expenses, not aspirational, not worst case, what it actually costs to keep the practice and your life running. Divide whatever cash you have by that number. That's Runway in months. Write it down. The rest of this video changes depending on where that number sits. Open whatever you're using to track expenses. Find your monthly essential operating number. Divide current cash by that number. Write down the result. I want you to have that number before we talk about what to do with it, because it changes the protocol. The 90-Day Protocol by Runway Tier. 6 or more months of runway. Expand demand without changing the offer price or niche. Add a speaking slot. Make targeted referral asks. Reactivate past prospects. Feed the pipeline that has worked before. 3 to 6 months. Same protocol. Add a bridge income scan. What work like consulting, facilitation, or training can run in parallel without contaminating the coaching niche? Bridge income buys time for the pipeline to refill. Under 3 months, bridge income becomes primary. The 90-day protocol continues in parallel. Make a clear-eyed plan to extend the runway. The pipeline will not refill in time without it. The niche stays, the price stays, the offer stays. Picture a coach with 8 months of runway who hits a dry spell in month 4 of their practice. The wrong response. Email every contact saying, "I'm taking new clients. Any referrals welcome." Unfocused. Signals pressure. Doesn't convert. The right response. Review the last 5 clients. Where did they come from? Which channel actually produced them? Then do more of that specifically. If they came from speaking, book another talk. If they came through one referral partner, make a targeted ask to that partner. The pipeline is thin, not broken. The protocol is to feed the pipeline that works, not to blast everyone you know. Same coach, 3 months runway, same dry spell. The calculus is different. 3 months isn't enough to wait for the 60-day pipeline lead time on a speaking slot. Bridge income enters the picture, not as a pivot, as a runway extension. What can this coach do in the next 30 days that pays without requiring them to become a different kind of practitioner? A workshop, a facilitated session, a consulting day with a former employer. The coaching offer doesn't change. The price doesn't change. The niche doesn't change. The bridge income buys the time for the pipeline to refill. 4 prohibitions. Each one extends the spell if you ignore it. 1. Don't drop the price. A discounted rate tells the next buyer your real rate is negotiable. That problem outlasts the spell. 2. Don't broaden the niche. Saying you'll take any client collapses the positioning that generated clients before. 3. Don't abandon demand generation activity. The spell ends because of pipeline activity started during it, not because of waiting. 4. Don't take obviously misfit clients because the revenue feels urgent. Module 5.2's don't enroll signals apply here regardless of revenue pressure. A misfit client during a dry spell costs time and integrity, costs that extend the problem. The dry spell ends. Practices that treat it as a protocol survive it, and they usually come out with stronger demand infrastructure than they had going in, because the protocol forced them to identify which channels actually produce clients and do more of those specifically. The ones that panic and reprise, broaden, or fill the calendar with misfits are in worse shape after the spell than before it. Unit 11.1 treated pricing, rejection, and dry spells as operator skills, specific behaviors with specific protocols. Unit 11.2 does the same for the situations that end practices over years, not weeks, burnout, and the credential drift that follows. And it does it without the wellness advice framing, because that framing doesn't actually solve the problem. Let's get into it.